9 a.m. isn't always good on a weekday.
That's all right, no worries. Morning, Pete.
Not because of being in bed.
Right, let's get going. How are we all this morning? It's the coldest morning so far, I've found. 3.5 in Birmingham, minus 3.5. So let's start off with a little bit of jumping around. Alice and Kat, just juggling. Are you able to juggle? What's your juggling skills like? Oh, you got your socks. Perfect. Brilliant. Let's just go with that. Let's just, for now, to start off with, let's just take whatever we've got in our hands and just throw it up and catch it in whatever way you want to. Let's just kind of get into our body and let's get connected. Okay, so whether that's juggling or just throwing up 1 or 2 socks up and down, let's just kind of throw it all around. Throw it around our body a little bit and throw around. And let's just spend a minute just moving and just taking a couple of deep breaths in. As I want you to fill your lungs all the way up and then fill them. And then breathe out just as you throw that ball around. So let's take our first deep breath in of the day and just be connected to the space. Keep moving. Breathe in. And then out. Okay, so let's take one big jump into the ground. Let's take one ball. And then let's just start throwing it back and forth. And let's just get connected to our mind a little bit today. So today is about changes. So we've been digging into choices. I'm just going to make sure there's nobody trying to get in. No, we're good. Okay. So what we're going to do this morning is let's start off with some smile practice for our day. Okay. So let's close our eyes. And let's just think about one thing as we do each morning that we're grateful for right now. So let's take some deep breaths in just to give our mind a little bit of clarity and space. And just think about one thing that you're thankful for, that you're grateful for right now. And think about those thoughts just trickling down your arms into your ball or into your sock, whatever you've got. And then just taking a deep breath in and out. Let's bring this really close to our face. Let's listen to the sounds of the sock or the ball just batting back and forth and just really zoning in on that. And then the thoughts of that gratitude, let them wash over your body. Let's take a deep breath in again. And this time on the way out, I want you to bring a big smile to your face. Okay, big smile. Let's just add Ben. And then breathe out again. And what I want you to do this time is I want you to do a 1 back and forth, but I want you to bring a smile into your arms. Morning, Ben. Smile into those arms. Okay? Just like that. So we're going to take a deep breath in again. We're going to think about something that we're grateful for right now, but we're going to put that 1 here as we kind of move those arms into that smile. Take a deep breath in. And then on our way out, what I want you to do is really feel that smile in your tummy. So grab each side of that tummy, pull it up and try and bring that feeling into your body. So really breathe in. And then on the way out, bring that around. Keep going with those arms. Keep moving with those arms. So let's grab a second ball and let's do a bit of a battery check-in this morning. Ben, I'm loving the panda head once again. Oh, we've got some bunny ears from Rianne as well this morning. So what I want you to do is I want you to grab 2 balls and we're just going to do a bit of a battery check-in this morning. So thinking about how we feel right now. So we've got 2 balls in 2 hands. What we're going to do is we're going to start throwing them, or socks, throwing them up and down just like this. Okay, these are side swap number 4s. Okay, I want you to look up. I don't want you to look at your balls. I want you to look up to the height of the ceiling. Okay, I want you to think past the balls, look past the balls and look at the height of that ceiling. And what I want you to do is I want you to imagine these balls right now are your battery, the battery for the day, the energy that we've got that we're going to start to fill up. And what I want you to do is I want you to take those balls as high as you can in small increments up to that ceiling or those socks. If you can look past the balls, great. So in small increments, just build them up and just imagine these balls as bits of energy that we're filling your cup up today. And then just try and get it right underneath that ceiling. Try not to hit that ceiling. Try and aim and then bring it back down again to where you feel right now. Just spend a minute just working through that. As we do this, just breathe in. And what I want you to do, amongst all these thoughts that I'm throwing at you to think about, I want you to think about something that is in your space that you never acknowledge, okay, or that is always there, that sits there. We've done this each day this week, but I want you to think about something different, okay? So just take a second to stop, just look around, find that thing that's in there. I've seen a nail in the wall over there that I've never seen before. Okay, and just acknowledge that, and then let's just fill that. Let's fill that right back up again. Let's start to cross these balls over. Okay, so what we're going to move to is a 3-3, just like this. Okay, 3-3-4-4, 3-3-4-4, just shaking that energy up, changing that energy. And let's just take those, push them on our heart. Let's take a deep breath in, and let's just check in with those two things, what we're grateful for right now, and just that thing that sits there in your space that you've just acknowledged. So let's take a deep breath in. And then on the way out, I want you to tummy smile. So big breath out and bring that tummy smile right into here. Feel it and just let it wash over your body. Okay, right. So today's about changes. The theme this week is about choices, chances, and changes. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to look at your balls now, look at your socks, and I want you to pick a pair of socks that stand out to you, pick a ball that stands out to you, and this today is going to be our feeling ball. I'm going to use my green one, okay, and we're going to plant this in your right hand, and we're going to keep this in your hand for the next 10 minutes, and we're not going to do anything with it, but it's just going to be an acknowledgement of our feelings, okay, through all the changes that we go through all of the time, okay, and what I want to do to start with, I want you to get a second ball. Okay, and we're just going to start off by, actually, no, let's get two balls. Two, so we've got three. We've got our feeling ball in our hand, and then we've got two other balls. Okay, you've got two choices here. You can work on 4-4, or you can work on 3-3. Okay, but I want to change the way you juggle this morning, and I want to look at it in three different ways. I want you to hold the balls as close as you can to yourself, and I want you to do a 4-4 or a 3-3. And then I want you to take them to where you'd normally naturally throw. And then I want you to take them all the way out so your arms are straight and they are not allowed to bend. And I want you to do the same thing. I want you to do it out here. I want you to do it here. But I also want you to do it in here as well, as close as you can, so those balls are almost touching you. Okay, so we've got a 3-3 and a 4-4. You can work with either of those. Don't remember, just keep that third ball just in your hand. If you drop that ball, just pick it right back up again. Just recognize it as something that might take your day off track. And let's just get into the physicality of this before we start thinking about any thoughts. So let's do a couple of rounds of that. Really close, halfway down, and then all the way out. And as we do this, let's just think about what change means for us. So just take a moment of thinking. If you need to stop throwing the balls for a second to do that, do that. But what does change mean for you? It's a word that we hear lots. And as we do that, we can recognize there are some changes that are within our control and some changes that aren't. Just take a second just to reflect on the word change for you. Let's take a deep breath in as we do this. Let's just always check back to that feeling ball. Have a little think about that thing that's in your space that you might notice for the rest of your day. And as you do this, Just have a squeeze of that feeling ball. Recognize that it's there. Recognize that through all these changes that might be conscious or subconscious or in our control or out of our control, there's always us there. There's always us with that feeling, with our feelings that are constantly changing all the time as well. So what I want you to do is I want you to keep your feeling ball in your hand, and I want you to take one ball back and forth just like this. Okay, we're going to call this second ball that's going back and forth our change ball. So in our right hand now, we have our feeling ball, and we have a ball that's going back and forth called our change ball. Okay, so imagine this now as all of those things that are thrown at us in life, whether it's something in our control or something that we actively are working towards, like these habits we're trying to bring in and out of our life. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to take the other ball, the one that you're not throwing back and forth, and put it in your hand. So we've got two balls in your right hand. We've got a feeling ball, and you've got yourself. And what I want you to do is I want you to take that change ball, okay, and I want you to throw it across. And first of all, I want you to just catch it in that hand, okay? We're reducing your capacity really here to catch, but throw it over and catch it in that hand, throw it back, throw it over, catch it in that hand. As you do that, recognize that changes can come, and recognize we've got our feelings, we've got ourself, our thoughts. Okay, and as you do this, what I want you to work up towards is right before that change ball lands in that hand, I want you to throw you up into a 4. So with 3, we've got a 4 there. We get rid of that third ball and back to the 4. I'm going to do that a few times. 3, 4, 3. So right before that change ball lands, there's an acknowledgement of you. We've got that change. We've thrown it back. So let's do that a few times. We can work on the physical side of it, and we can take a moment each time afterwards to just think about there's a change, and then there's us, and then there's our feelings that are always there. Or if you can do it at the same time, do that at the same time. Try and find a little bit of rhythm with it. The important thing really here is just the acknowledgement of that feeling. I've said for the last 6 weeks, it's really easy for us to just pick a ball back up and carry on. But sometimes changes happen where it's not as easy as doing that, right? But there's just that acknowledgement of that feeling in that hand, that ball, those feelings that are always with us. So let's carry on with that. If you want to intensify this for jugglers in the room, stick 4 balls in your hand so we can do that 4, 2, 3 with that feeling ball continuing to be in that hand. So we've got the 4, 2, 3, and that one ball, that feeling ball, just sits in that right hand. The important thing here is to think about those feelings, to think about that check-in with ourselves. So continue doing this, continue reflecting on that. I'm just going to break it down right from the beginning with 2 balls again. So we've got that change ball that's coming over, and there's that us ball that's been thrown in the air, that's been thrown up maybe into places where we don't feel comfortable. Maybe we're a little outside of our comfort zone. And let's just reflect on that. What I want you to do in your own time is I want you to now turn this into your 3-1, just like this. Recognize here I've got that ball, that feeling ball in that same hand. Okay, and what I'm doing is I'm running a cycle. I'm doing a 3 over, and then I'm doing a 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. And I want to jump back into the bicycle analogy that we used a couple of weeks ago. Okay, this is that cycle, that energy that the go that we're putting into our day. And what I want you to do is I just want you to recognize that feeling, ball. Okay, recognize those feelings that come to us, those thoughts that come to us. I suppose you could look at those thoughts that are going around our head, and by doing that, they generate a series of feelings that actually are always there. We might not always acknowledge them, but acknowledge them now. So let's just take a check in with yourself. How do you feel right now as you're juggling and listening to me? I'm going to stop talking for 30 seconds. Let's take a couple of deep breaths in and really just connect to how we feel. Maybe take a little catch of that thought of what you're grateful for. Catch another thought of that little thing that sits in your room, your space, that you never really see or acknowledge. And more importantly than anything, just those feelings of right now. Let's take this to a 3-3. Okay, let's jump back into that bicycle analogy. And this is us on that bike, trying to balance out those thoughts, the feelings, the changes that are coming our way that we actively put into place or try to. And those changes that also come into our life. Recognize the feeling in that hand. So as we do this, we're just going to shake that up a little bit. We're going to go 3-1, 3-3, 4-4, 3-1, 3-3, 4-4. For Alice and Kat that are new, these are threes. Okay, so anytime I throw a hand over there, that's a 3. Okay. Anytime I throw a ball across like that, it's a 1. So the first part is a 3 and a 1. The second part is a 3 and a 3. And then the third part is a 4 and a 4. Okay. So you can just work on any one of those or all three of them together. Again, recognizing them feelings in that hand that are always there. And as you do this, I'm going to read out 3 affirmations, quotes that I found this morning. Everything can and will change. Just reflect on your feelings about that statement. Squeeze that ball as you do. Everything can and will change. The second one, the struggle you might find yourself in today is developing the strength you need for tomorrow. Again, just check in with how you feel about that, what that means to you, how that resonates with you, what might you take from that to help you, what calls out at you. And the third one is there is always, always, always something to be thankful for. And I'm going to say that again, but what I want you to do is I want you to connect these balls to your alwayses. Always, always, always. It doesn't matter what throw you throw. I just want you to throw it with me. Or actually say it in your head because there might be a delay. There is always, always, always something to be thankful for. Let's just do that a few times. You can choose whichever way you want to go. Always, 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 always something to be thankful for. So what we're going to do to finish off today, we're going to take that feeling ball and we're just going to come back to the beginning. We're going to throw it back and forth just like this. Okay. Just take a breath just to reconnect into our mind really about how we feel. And I want you to bring that all the way up to the top. I want to all the way up here. Stretch your arms out in front. Don't bend them. Bring them all the way down in front of you. And then bring them back into your heart. And I want you to take that onto your head. Okay. And what we're going to do this time is we are going to take a chance. You are not allowed to bend your arms. Okay. And you are going to flick this ball off your head and catch it with Ben's panda head on and those ears as well in a hand. Okay. Let's recognize those feelings, really, all that energy that we've put into that ball this morning. Okay, so in your own time, we're going to flick it off and try and catch it. Do not bend the arms. Have we got any luck this morning? Anyone? Yes, Cat got it. Try that a few times. Guys, today's was about change. Changes are happening all around us, but really just checking with how you feel about things all the time. I hope you had a lovely session. I hope you have a lovely day. Let's see it a few more times. Come on, let's try it again. I think today is the day in which we can all get at least one. Ugh.
Yes,
Who got that? Who was that?
that was me.
Yes,
So I
we
think-
had. Oh, was that Alice? I didn't see any mouth move. Oh, Pete got it. So for those that are tuning in live, Ben has got, for the second day, I love it, a panda head on, which actually is probably easier to hold balls on. Oh, and Rianne's bunny ears as well. I love it. Coming in with props every day. And what Pete's got, I can see a bit of fur. What is it? Is it like a hawk cat?
Rican.
Oh, I like that. Is it wool, Pete? I love it. I need to up my game. I need to get some on my head. I've got a whole box of costumes over there. I'm digging into them. Okay, guys, have a lovely day. I shall see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day. Remember, Saturday is our check-in, our halfway check-in for our habits. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. But have a lovely day, and I shall hopefully see you tomorrow or soon. Cheers, guys.
Thank you, Joe.
You're
Bye.
welcome. See you later.
Have a great day.
You too.
Hey, Groovy. See you later. Ta-ra.
See you later. Cheers for joining in live, guys. If you don't know, you can head over to space-plans.com. The thing is in the status. The website's in the status, so you can just click on it. And then you can join the Zoom room as well, which is much more fun because you get to see everybody dressed up in there, which